Okay, in lesson 5 we will be talking about ESTAR and SER some more, and the difference between ESTAR and SER. We've already talked a little bit about that. Remember that ESTAR is going to be used with location. So we've already used that in the classroom. ¿Dónde está la mochila? ¿Dónde está la profesora? Etc. Where is someone located or something located? We use ESTAR with temporary conditions, like how we're feeling, estoy bien, estoy regular. We use ESTAR with conditions that could change, that are temporary. Okay, and then we also use ESTAR with the form of another verb to complete the present progressive form, or the way in English that we use the ing form to say that we're doing something right now. Alright? So, the correct forms of ESTAR: estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Take whatever form of the verb, depending on who's doing it: yo, tú, él, ella, etc. So you take the correct form of the verb ESTAR. Take any AR verb, like hablar. Okay? We take off the AR, and then we add ando. So, I am speaking right now. I'm talking. Estoy hablando. Estoy hablando. Okay? Estás hablando. You are speaking right now. So, it's the direct equivalent to English ing form that's something going on right now. And we always use ESTAR instead of SER to say that. Somebody is doing something right now. Use ESTAR and not SER. Okay? So if it's an ER verb, like comer, or an IR verb, like vivir, once again we take off the ER or the IR and we add yendo. So this would be estoy viviendo. I am living. Estoy viviendo. Estamos comiendo. We are eating. Estamos comiendo right now. Ahora. Right now. Okay? So we can take a form of ESTAR plus any verb minus the ending with ando or yendo, and we have that we're doing it right now. Okay? So, to form this present progressive, a little practice here. Another thing to understand is we have two ways then to say that something's going on right now. We can just use the regular present tense. So, it's raining right now is llueve. That can either mean it rains, like if I said llueve mucho. When I use the present tense, present indicative tense, presente indicativo, when I use the present indicative, it can mean one of two things. Either it rains a lot. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's raining right now, but it rains a lot. So that's present indicative. Or it could mean, if I say llueve ahora, it could mean it's raining right now. Alright, so the present, just the regular present tense, can mean either. However, when I say está lloviendo, now, because I'm using this present progressive form, it does mean specifically it's doing it right now. Está lloviendo. It's raining right now. Okay? So, if we are studying right now, what would we do to fill in the blank here? Nosotros, and the correct form would be estamos. We are studying. Nosotros estamos estudiando. Now notice, this is the verb that changes to agree with nosotros. The form of ESTAR always agrees with who's doing it. The ending will not change. It's always going to end in an O. Ando or yendo. And we don't change that. Okay? Now, they are walking. How would you say they are walking? They, ellos, are walking. Correct form of ESTAR is están. caminando. We have caminar, we've taken off the AR, and we've added ando. Están caminando. They're walking right now. And she is reading. Now here's a little change of spelling we need to be aware of. Ella está will be the correct form of estar. Now, if the verb is an IR or ER verb, like leer, notice what happens when we take off the ER. If we take off the ER, we're left with LE. Okay? Now, if we add our ending, yendo, according to the rule, we have this 3 vowel situation here that we need to stay away from in Spanish. So instead of saying leyendo, if we have this scenario and you've taken off your ending and you're left with a vowel and you're going to be adding yendo, that I simply changes to a Y. Leyendo. Okay? Ella está leyendo. So that I, if it comes between 2 vowels, when you add this yendo form, will turn into a Y. Okay? So a little practice here now between ser and estar. We've worked some different situations with these 2 verbs that both mean to be. Marcos is in the gym. That's location. So Marcos está en el gimnasio. Nosotros, we are from Nicaragua. Origin, where we are from, nosotros somos de Nicaragua. Ellos, here we have an ando form, present progressive. So it has to be a form of estar. Están bailando el merengue. Nice dance, Dominican dance, merengue es mi favorito, mi baile favorito. Ella, nerviosa, nervous, that's a temporary feeling or condition, so it needs to be estar. Ella está nerviosa. El partido, the game, is at 8 o'clock. When we say that something takes place at a certain time, we're going to use ser just like we do with time. So el partido es a las 8. It is at 8 o'clock. Yo, simpático. I'm a nice person, pleasant person, simpático. Yo soy simpático. Tú, you are a good student. That's a general characteristic about you. It doesn't change daily. You're a good student. Tú eres. Because that's a basic characteristic, not a temporary feeling or condition. So we go with ser. Vosotras, you are tired. Now that's a temporary feeling or condition. You're feeling tired. So vosotras estáis cansadas. And mi prima. Now here's a word that is a little bit tricky because it's a word that can mean 2 different things. And so this is a situation where there is not one right answer. Ser or estar. What you do need to understand is that if I use ser, it means one thing, and if I use estar, it means something entirely different. So mi prima es lista means she is a smart or clever person. So that's a basic characteristic about her. But if I use está, now it means she's ready, like ready to leave, go out, or she's ready to do something. Está lista, she's ready. Okay, so lista is one of those words that changes its meaning whether we use ser or estar with it. Okay, the rest of these situations really only can take one. Estar or ser. Okay? Okay, now also in lesson 5 we talk about direct objects and direct object pronouns. I've got a little scripture verse for you up here to give you an example. Lucas 14:4. Y él, meaning Christ, el Cristo, y él, tomándolo de la mano, lo sanó y lo despidió. He took him that lo means him, took him by the hand, healed him, that lo meaning him again, and sent him on his way, and said goodbye to him. Him. Okay? So the los there each time are meaning him as a direct object. Remember, if we say he, it means it's él as a subject pronoun. But if it's an object pronoun, it changes to lo. All right, and I have those written for you here. You need to study and learn what are your direct object pronouns. So to say me in Spanish, notice that it looks exactly alike, but it's pronounced me. Just like we use in me gusta or me llamo. Okay, me means me. Te means you, as we've already practiced in te gusta. Okay, or te llamas, como te llamas. Now, here's what are the new pronouns for us. To say him as an object pronoun, we use lo. To say her as an object pronoun, we use la. And if it's you, usted, we would use either one, depending on whether it's you a male or you a female. Okay? As an object pronoun. To say us, now no longer do we say nosotros. Nosotros is a subject pronoun when it comes in front of the verb, or it's when it's the subject of the verb. In Spanish, it's nos when it means us. Okay? Just nos, not nosotros, when it means us. You all as an object pronoun is os. Not vosotros, but os now when it's an object pronoun. And them all males would be los. Them all females, or masculine or feminine objects. Remember, we use desks have gender. Lights have gender. Everything has gender. So whether it's them, males or masculine items, them, females or feminine items, los and las, it means them. And you plural again, whether it's you plural all guys, los, or you plural all girls, las, when it means you guys, you all. Okay? Those are our object pronouns. Alright? Now, to show where object pronouns go in a sentence, we have a couple examples. We have, and you should try to get to remember where these things can go. We have basically 3 places they can go. 1, they can go before a conjugated verb. Before a conjugated verb. Now, know what I mean by a conjugated verb? Simply means a verb that has changed. Before a conjugated verb. That's where one of these pronouns can go. Alright? An example of that. Okay, let's take any conjugated verb. Let's say tengo. That comes from the verb tener. We all know that means I have. So if I wanted to say I have it, and the it is a feminine object, for example, I can put my direct object pronoun right in front of before a conjugated verb. So I say la tengo, and then I have to kind of read it backwards if I'm translating to English. And I say I have it. La tengo. I have it. Alright? So that's one place a pronoun can go. It can go before a conjugated verb. Second place a pronoun can go. One of these direct object pronouns can go after and attached to an infinitive. Okay? Remember what an infinitive is. That's when the verb stays in its AR, ER, or IR form. So I can put it after and attach to an infinitive. So, I don't have it right now, so let's take that same example. I don't have it right now, but I'm going to have it tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to buy it or someone's going to give it to me. Voy a tenerla mañana. I'm going to have it tomorrow. But notice now, since I have an infinitive, tener, I attach the la right on the end of it. It becomes one word. Voy a tenerla mañana. I'm going to have it tomorrow. Okay? Now, you might be asking, and if you are, I applaud you. You're really thinking here. Notice in this sentence, voy a tener mañana, notice that I have 2 verbs, right? This one is in the infinitive, it ends in ER. But I have another verb that is conjugated. Voy, it has changed. That comes from the verb ir. It means I'm going, right? I'm going to have. But because it's conjugated, I can put my pronoun there in front of it as well and have the same sentence. La voy a tener mañana means the exact same thing as voy a tenerla mañana. So because I have two rules and this sentence has one of each, an infinitive and a conjugated verb, I can put it in one place or the other, not both. Okay? La voy a tener mañana. Okay? And then the third place one of these pronouns can go is, we already have an example of it right here, tomándolo. When we have one of those ando or yendo forms, saying you're doing something right now, let's say we're drinking it. Estoy bebiendo la. We're talking about la Coca-Cola. Estoy bebiéndola. Now, when we add it to the end of an ando or yendo form, we're adding a syllable which changes our pronunciation rule, which means we have to write in an accent mark. If you add one lo, la, los, or las, or me or te, to the end of an ando or yendo, I have an easy solution for you to remember where to put the accent. Just count back 1, 2, 3 vowels, and it will go on that vowel. Okay? If you're adding a lo, la, los, las, nos, me, te to the end of an ando or yendo form, count back 1, 2, 3 vowels, and that's where the accent mark goes on the E, or on the A if it's ando. Okay, but notice, estoy bebiéndola. I am drinking it. The it goes right on the end of that. Once again, if you're sharp and you're paying attention here, you might ask, well, I have another verb in this sentence too. Not only do I have this ando or yendo form that I can attach the pronoun right on the end, I also have a conjugated verb again. So yes, you could put it here and it means the exact same thing. La estoy bebiendo. I am drinking it, because the la can come right in front of a conjugated verb. Okay? So before a conjugated verb or after a participle, ando or yendo, before a conjugated verb, or attached to the end of an infinitive are the three places these pronouns can go. Okay? Let's practice. Here's the question. ¿Tienes el libro? You would answer that question. Let's start by saying, how would we answer the question with the verb? I like to always start with the verb when I think about how to answer questions. So if the verb is ¿Tienes el libro? You're going to answer with, do you have the book? You're going to answer with I have, which is what? Tengo. Alright? So I'm going to answer with I have. I'll say sí in this case, I have. And because this is conjugated, it is a verb that's changed. It doesn't end in ER, AR, or IR. Then I know that I need to put the pronoun for el libro in front of that verb. Now, what pronoun do I choose for el libro? It's masculine and it's singular, so I need to choose the pronoun lo to mean it. Yes, I have it. Sí, lo tengo. Okay? Another practice. ¿Ves la iglesia? Do you see? Do you see the church? Here's our verb. Do you see? We need to know that we'll answer that with the yo form. Yo veo is the yo form of ver. Yo veo. Now we have la iglesia. Do you see the church? Feminine singular noun. And you want to say no. And then we'll say no again because we're saying I don't see it. No. No. And now what pronoun for it do we want to replace with la iglesia? Because it's feminine and singular, it's going to go in front of the conjugated verb, and we choose la this time because it's a feminine and singular noun. So no, no la veo. No, I don't see it. Okay? No, no la veo. I don't see it. More practice. ¿Usas el borrador? Do you use the eraser? Usas is the verb do you use. We need to put that in the yo form for our answer. We'll say sí this time. Yes, I use it. What it word do we need for el borrador? Because it's masculine and singular. we need lo, and it goes before a conjugated verb. So, sí lo uso. Yes, I use it. Sí lo uso. Okay? ¿Tienes la computadora? Similar type of question. So without me even writing it there, how would you answer this question using a pronoun for la computadora? Think about it, practice it, say it out loud. ¿Tienes la computadora? Sí, la tengo. Sí, la tengo. Okay. ¿Tienen ustedes los videojuegos? Very similar question, but now we need to be careful. Remember now, okay, I'm asking, ¿tienen ustedes? Do you all have the video games? Do you guys have the video games? Think about how you're going to answer that question. If I'm asking you plural, I'm asking you and someone else. So when you answer, you're going to need to say, yes, we have. And what's the form for we have? Tenemos. Once again, we'll go ahead and say, sí, we do have them. Now, los videojuegos. There's our noun. It's plural and it's masculine. So what pronoun do we need to say? Them. Yes, we have them. Well, it's kind of easy because the article gives it away. It's the same, los, because it's masculine and plural. So, sí, los tenemos. Yes, we have them. Okay, we're getting the hang of it. Okay, ¿estás tomando la leche? Are you drinking the milk? Once again, remember, let's start with how we're going to answer the verb. Notice now that we have one of those present progressive forms we just worked on. So if I ask, ¿estás tomando la leche? You're going to answer that with, go ahead and say sí again. But your answer is going to be, sí, estoy tomando. I am drinking. So we've changed the verb. Now, think about where we can put the pronoun for la leche. First of all, what pronoun are you going to use to replace la leche? That should be pretty easy. We just choose la because it's feminine and singular. Now, where does it go in the sentence? And if you thought about that it could go in one of two places, I applaud you. Muy bien, muy bien. I can put it here, sí, la estoy tomando, because I have a conjugated verb. Or I can put it at the end and attach it to this, tomándola. I am drinking it, referring to the milk. But remember, if we add a pronoun to the end of ando or yendo, let's count back 3 vowels and write an accent mark. Estoy tomándola. So we write an accent mark because that's where we need to stress the word, tomándola. Okay? Muy bien. And finally, ¿vas a leer las revistas? Are you going to read the magazines? Once again, let's start with how we're going to answer. ¿Vas a leer? Are you going to read? Are you going to read? So, sí. Voy. I'm going to answer with voy a leer. I'm going to read. Now, once again, we need to replace las revistas. What pronoun would we use? Muy bien. Las. It's feminine and it's plural. And once again, hopefully you've already thought about, we have one of 2 options. I can put it here, sí, las voy a leer, or sí, voy a leerlas. Okay, sí, voy a leerlas. And remember, if you add a pronoun to an infinitive, you don't need to write any accent mark. That's only when we add it to ando or yendo forms. Okay? So, just a few more practice ones real quick. ¿Van a perder el partido? Are they going to lose the game? We want to answer with a pronoun for el partido. So, no. No van a perderlo. No van a perderlo. ¿Tiene usted los videojuegos? Do you have? Sí, los tengo. Yes, I have them. Sí, los tengo. Cerramos las ventanas. And this one's a little bit tricky. Notice if I ask a question in the we form, now I'm saying to you, hey, should we close the window? Should we close the window? Cerramos la ventana. Las ventanas, plural. So if I'm asking with we, but I'm asking to you, you're probably going to answer with you all. Yes, you all should close the windows. So, sí. And then the pronoun for las ventanas, feminine and plural, las. And then because I want to put it in the ustedes, you guys form, sí, las cierran. You guys, you all close them, referring to windows. Okay? And estás escribiendo las cartas? Sí, estoy escribiendo las cartas. I attach it to the end of this. 1, 2, 3 vowels back. Sí, estoy escribiéndolas. Yes, I am writing them. The las referring to las cartas. Okay? And cuando vas a llamarme? When are you going to call me? Here I can say te. I can put it in front of the verb because I have a conjugated verb. If I'm going to say voy, question is vas, when are you going to call me? I'm going to call you. Voy a llamar mañana. Te voy a llamar mañana. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Okay? So those are things that you can review as many times as you need, but it's working with direct object pronouns and how we use SER and how we use ESTAR. Okay?